Alright guys, so today's hair is from Tinashehair. I do have the Brazilian straight hair, 4 bundles of 20, well I'm sorry, I have 4 bundles in total, and I have 2 22 inches, 2 24 inches, and a 20-inch closure. This is the hair straight out of the packaging, and it's beautiful. So yeah, we do have a pamphlet as well. It showcases and displays all their other textures and types of hair that they have, so check that out when you get your package. This is the closure. Definitely love the pre-plucked closure on deck. It's nice and neat and well constructed. I didn't have any problems with it tangling on me. The hair was nice, soft, and silky. I didn't find any beards on the unit either, and it didn't have any type of smell. Y'all already know I love Tinashehair. I've worked with their hair so many times and I just love it. So yeah, so now we're doing the pop of color. If you guys seen from my thumbnail and the intro, this is what you're here for. So yes, I'm going from black to some type of blonde. Now the blonde that we're trying to achieve is the 613 blonde or platinum, or as close as we can get it. So this was my first time ever trying or attempting to do this. That's the same word, duh. This is my first time attempting to do anything like this. I never tried to, take hair from black to platinum or 613, but this is, hey, it's the first time for everything. So I used my Wella bleach as the norm. You guys know I rock with that heavy, and I also use my Wella developer in 40. Now the bleaching processing time, I had to do this twice, so in total it would be probably an hour, 2 hours, I don't know. So yeah, I have to bleach it twice because the first time is just not going to be light enough. So basically what you want to do, I'm stuttering to decrease the bleaching processing time, is to make sure each hair strand is saturated with the bleach. So if you want to do a big section at once and coat the outside, that would be a great idea. And then once you coat the outside, go inside and do each individual strand as you see me doing here. Get the root, get all of that. Now be mindful of the way you're taking your brush. If you're going to do a horizontal, make sure you're doing that section horizontal. If you're going to do a vertical, do a vertical, but make sure you're all going in the same motion, because I find out that when you're just doing it all over the place, you end up with harsh dark lines, some big plots, like big patches all over the place from the bleach not distributing evenly. So be mindful of the way you're using your brush as well. Also, when you get done each section, normally after I let it sit for like 15 minutes, and I take a comb or brush and brush through it, and then I add more bleach right on top of that and let it sit for another 15 minutes, and hey, it's time to rinse out. Now when you rinse it out, you want to use the purple shampoo. That basically clears or cleans or get rid of any brassiness, orangeness, yellowy tones, and it just makes it come together. So I noticed on the back of the bottle it says only leave it in for 5 minutes. This is what it looks like after the first attempt, but you guys are going to see the second attempt. The second attempt, I was super shocked because I left the purple shampoo in for 30 minutes to an hour. It was probably more than an hour because I had left, and it took out all that yellowy, brassy tones, and I was super shocked. So I'm like, yes. I did, after that though, I did make sure I deep condition it. I want to stress that. Make sure you deep condition your hair. You don't want to mess it up, okay? So that's what I did to get this color. So yeah, so this is the part that you're here for, is the rainbow, the taste of rainbow, color pop. Oh, color pop look. So the first hair color dye I used was the Truly Red by Adore. I used a toothbrush because I wanted each strand to be coated, and I did not want that dye to be on my lace, so that's why I sprayed water on it first and then applied the dye, because I was going for pastel colors, but sometimes it just don't work out like that, okay? So I used a toothbrush because it just gave me more control. The second color was this Mandarin Orange. I'm not sure of the name. I couldn't read it. It was blurry, but it will be in the description section below. All information and products I use will be down there, so check it out if I don't know what it is when I'm doing a voiceover. So eventually I messed up by putting conditioner in the hair again after I rinsed it out, and it actually faded this red to an orange. So this part was kind of pointless because my red wasn't even in there. Next, I'm using electric, I think it was electric yellow. And I really didn't think this color was going to show up at all, because I was looking at it, I was like, sis, what's going on? It just looks so weird. Y'all, I was honestly scared doing this. I didn't know how it was going to turn out at all. I visioned something, but you know, sometimes your visions get altered. But as you guys can see, I'm now adding electric lime, and then what, I forgot the other name. Check the description section. And I applied that right on top. Now I was doing my best to create the ombre effect, but it was really hard to tell sometimes what color it was because the hair was wet. So that's the only thing that I would advise. It's really hard, well, to me anyway, in my experience, it was hard to blend it because the hair was wet, and I really couldn't tell what colors were fading into what when it came to the lighter tones. I'm using this, I don't know how to pronounce it, somebody tried to correct me in a previous video, so I'm not even going to say it, but I'm using this blue color from Arctic Fox. It actually changed into a different color, and I wasn't mad at all because it blended very well. Now the Purple Rain from the Arctic Fox I could do without. Like, I feel like it just threw everything off, and I don't know why I didn't see that when I was dyeing it. I would have changed the color or got a different dye, but it is what it is. But this is pretty much all I did. It was not nothing specific. Like I said, this is my first time, so I don't know how much of tips I could give when it comes down to this part, because I'm learning myself. So I'm just taking you guys with me on the same journey. So basically I let this sit for about 4 to 5 hours before I did rinse it out. And like I said, I conditioned it after, so it ended up, the orange, that red color faded into an orange. Like y'all see here, it came out orange, yellow, and some type of green and purple. Like from that green to the purple transition, that was very harsh, and I did not like that at all. I can be just upfront, I didn't like it. So now I'm just installing the hair. This is a closure, by the way. If you guys didn't see my video on how to make your closure look like a frontal, go watch that. But this is basically all I'm doing. Now, I didn't actually do that to the full extent because I didn't add any baby hairs. But this, the way the hair, how I styled it, you didn't really need baby hairs. So yeah, this is pretty much how the hair turned out. I'm gonna let you guys watch the rest because I've been talking so much. Okay, I've been talking too much. So yeah, basically just go in with my tea and argan oil and straighten the hair, and then I added curls. And let me know which style you guys liked it better. Did you like it better when it was straight? However, although I feel like when it was straight, you can tell, or you could see all my blunt lines when it came down to the ombre. I'm gonna perfect that in the future, but this was like an attempt. I feel like the hair still came out cute. I loved it. It was definitely different, and you know, something different for me because I don't do stuff like this. So let me know what you guys think or thoughts in the comment section below. Again, I do have a coupon code TJ if you guys want to save some coins if you want to purchase this hair, so check that out. All information in regards to this hair will be down there. I love the hair. No cons at all, period. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.